boom, 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 after. Postseason approaching, and I know you guys are worried, but here's why you shouldn't worry about insert your favorite team here. I'm going to peel back the bullshit a little bit and kind of show you that there's a point to be made for every single team here. We went over the format, and I'm going to go over why the format befits almost everybody. And maybe let me know in the comments if you want me to go deeper into a specific team. But the way things have worked out for DreamHack has put every team in a position to do the thing. And at the same time, I think the format's pretty fair. So it's very interesting. For those that have followed me for a number of years, you know that I am a traditionalist when it comes to American sports formats. I like MLB, NBA, NFL to a lesser extent, but the idea behind a large regular season and then a short, maybe not a short, but a large regular season and then a shorter single elimination postseason that leads to a finals. I like the idea of having 162 games is a lot for baseball. What is it, 82 for basketball? But I like the idea of a shit ton of games to get your team in gear, right? Whether you make trades, whether you just take the squad that you're with and you go from there. The idea that this is the team that you're built and you're going to maximize potential throughout this long period of time, wins and losses accordingly. And then at the end of the year, whoever not only performed the best, but also did the best maintenance of their squad, if you will, winds up in an all or nothing tournament at the end, and whoever wins, wins. And you make sure to avoid single game sets, no best of ones, single game sets so that you have like good competition. But the idea of a double elimination bracket after a regular season kind of takes the oomph out of the regular season. And esports more so when traditionally all teams are invited. It's like, why the fuck did you even have a regular season? So I discussed it last time, but I like the way that Smite has done this. I think their format makes a lot of sense, but it also kind of works out for all the teams that maybe didn't succeed during the regular season and then made some changes towards the end. I think everybody, maybe not trifecta, has a little bit of hope. Maybe for trifecta, that hope is named Paul. But there's a little bit of hope for every single team, and I'll tell you why. So when we're looking at this double bracket situation, right? We have the placement stages on the 5th through the 10th, and then November 16th through the 18th, we have actual worlds, actual DreamHack. All the teams are invited, which usually goes against what I like, but because of the regular season, etc., and the way we skip buys, etc. So there's enough time. The last game of the regular season happened 2 weeks ago, right? And so in that 2 weeks, we've been able to, it's just been 2 weeks, and it's the 21st of October. I'm probably going to release this tomorrow, but whatever. The idea is that these squads have come and practiced a lot and tried to figure things out, and some of them haven't. We've seen last-minute roster swaps, Mask joining up CLG, and Mouse switching things up in the last 2 weeks of the season. These changes I would normally think are a death sentence. You have no chance to survive. Make your time. See you later. But I think this is a different world because there's so much time in between the regular season and the actual competition, the placement stage. So I think realistically you can sit here and say that there's one look that you're not getting top level competition, you're not getting pro league play. Whoever you're scrimming is probably keeping their stuff close to the chest, and whatever roster or strategy you're trying is not on the top level. And I hear your response and I see your response and I think it holds value, but I don't necessarily subscribe to it right now. Okay? What I'm looking at is a month-long period, essentially, right? Just barely beneath it. A month-long period where teams can reinvent themselves. And a squad like CLG with a month and a top-tier player like Mask, no knock at homie Effie, but Mask coming in, maybe they're similar players, but the human condition is not black and white. This isn't Madden. You don't go this player is rated 99, this player is rated 98, and therefore they're the same. What Mask brings to a team in the intangible, in his communication, and his leadership, might not even be better than Homie FA, but might be different. In that case, better for this squad specifically. I think that's what we kind of see with Venenu on Space Station Gaming. I think Venenu is not better than Baskin. That distance is probably smaller than the media would make you believe. But I think he's better for Space Station than Baskin was for Space Station. So I think CLG are in a similar situation. You've got a world where Mask can kind of do things. And that's really the core of this convo, is that teams right now have all the time in the world. I'll dive deeper into the individual teams. Let me know in the comments which ones you want me to talk about. Whether it's CLG with their new jungler, whether how I feel Mouse is going to do with this month-long time with Cheerio in the support role instead of the jungle. You know, there's a lot of teams that have made these changes, and I think that the time in between the regular season and the placement round is positive for those teams and their fans that are looking for victory. Just in general, it's a whole lot of time. So, with placement rounds coming up, don't sit here and be afraid. Oh no, my team sucked all season. We're not going to win. Sorry, Lobster. But I think the majority of teams, SK kind of, you know, oh well. But I think the majority of teams have a shot. We'll go in depth a little bit later. We're going to be talking a lot as HRX and the World Championships are coming up. Make sure to tune in. You're not going to want to miss it. And all the fun shit I usually say. Hey, social media's up there. Do that. Links and comments and subscribes are down here. Do that. I'm right here. Do that if you're cute. I should just fucking leave. Boom, 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 boom. After. Peace.